Hey Steve, this is Matt from LinkedIn. It was great meeting you there. Most companies don't get a technical view in multiple time frames of what their ticker is doing. So I thought there was some interest in the charts that I figured I would share with you, that you can evaluate your own prices as they come up in the future. Um, and this video is really just me giving you a technical perspective. We do a lot of technical analysis, and I just wanted to go over that with you real quick in multiple time frames. So, looking at the daily, this is the daily chart right here, and you could see the gradual trend is to the upside after some consolidation over here. With this consolidation, it decided to move the price point a little bit higher, and it is tracking to the upside right now, as you can see here. You are coming into some resistance on the daily, which is your pivot here, and that's what's giving you a hard time right here. Usually, when you get over this pivot, it usually trends to the R3 on the daily before resetting for a higher low. And finding its support basically on a trend line. If you get below the pivot, it's one of those things where you pull back and it's just heavy resistance and it's more of a downtrend pattern, whereas over the pivot you're in an uptrend pattern. So you can see your relative strength index is just sitting here around 57, and the indicators that I have set up here are longer and shorter time frames, and as you can see, you're still trending to the upside very, very nicely after coming off this low here, just gathering and slowly heading north. So if we look at a weekly now on this, it's much more defined. Whereas this weekly here, you met your first resistance when you broke the pivot, and it failed to push higher. Here, we're really having a little bit of trouble at this area here, but you could see that you're still pushing to the upside on the weekly. What you're really looking for at this point, is this consolidation area on your weekly to be broken. And once that takes place, you should move up to the 027, and move higher. Basically, if news and everything else comes into play, and your company is doing what they should be doing, it's basically you're looking at step one, step two, and step three. Before you get that next level, and that next level will be determined by your longer term view, which is going to be your monthly. And you can see your monthly, which is fantastic. Everything is starting to really come together here. The 014 is a very key area to close above on the monthly chart, because if not, usually they fail and come down to your EMA 8 area, or some kind of defined pattern in this area. So as you get closer to the end of the month, this is the figure you want to look out for, that 014. But you can see as on your monthly, you're pretty close to having that push higher because you closed last month over it. You're doing really well this month. But you're really stuck in this consolidation box right here, which is kind of challenging for you. Well, for the stock itself, any new highs would follow a trend line, and you can see here that that's your high before it pulls back again. And consolidates, and then tracks higher. So your monthly is looking really good also. I like to take it a little bit further and go into your quarterly, because your quarterly has recognized this here, which is your mid zone, and is starting to push higher. Now if I zoom this out a little bit, which I can't right now, you should see that your next trend line should be up in this area over here. That's R1, and then you'll have R2 and R3. So, and one more time frame, the yearly, you could see this is a beautiful pattern right now, and you're looking at this next area to be targeted somewhere in that 02803 area. As you could see the way you're trending right here. So as things develop, things are starting to look good. So from 001 all the way up into this area, it's looking fantastic. So you must be doing something right. So I just wanted to give you that quick overview of everything and where you stand on the multiple time frames. We are a professional organization. We have very professional distribution channels. We've built our company very strong over the past 7 or 8 years. We're not a conventional newsletter um, organization. We do it professionally. We have contacts that have been with us for years that really pick apart the company and see what you're doing and so on and so forth. So it looks like things are going well for you. We are here for you. So just Steve, hit me up if you need anything. Have yourself a fantastic day.